Happy Wednesday, happy trading. Nothing I'd rather be doing than trading these markets. Let's go over the usual. Let's start with flow. There's the flow of Apple. Looks pretty good. Coin. No flow. Looks decent, not as good as Apple. Now that's flow. That's JPM. Visa. That's flow. What is that? So Visa has flow. So let's say Visa. And Exxon. And JPM. I think JPM has it beat. And of course, you're looking at narrow state, clearing, tail bar, then let's go over our trades. So we started with Exxon. So this was a mistake. Why it was a mistake. Let's go over why first. So this had space. This had space. So here's 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We played it down. So this was wait until this bar gets eliminated and then play it up and expect to get half. That didn't seem to happen. Maybe it did. Not certain. Half would have been 148.50. No. Didn't get, 148.50. So had you held it the entire day, you probably would have got it. Needless to say, I didn't play it correctly because I played it down. Why did I play it down? I was looking at Apple at first. Apple is who I wanted to play, but then it just didn't look right. Something about it being about to hit the 5-minute 200, I think, or it was the 2-minute 200, one of the two. So I just looked for something, and this was the most solid bar I found. So I just went with playing this. But that's not how I should have went about it, because that's clearly not what was the right play. So that was a mistake. If we keep going, what do we look for on this? Again, a color change. Maybe this color change. Play it up. Keep the 15 in mind. We got a big move here at 12:45. Right before a cross. Anything on the 5-minute that would have indicated it. No, we did play it down at some point. Let's look at that. $14.10. Okay, we played it down here. We were trying to play it off of this tightness between the 200, move off of it. Should have got out here, let it ride, got out here. Wasn't really a big win. Next we got in coin. This was a revenge trade. So we lost on our first trade from picking incorrectly on Exxon. So then we wanted to try to make it up. And basically, we're looking kind of at a, wide state on the 15. Wide state on the 5. Wide state on the 2. So it can't go down too much further, but we get a cross here and we get in right here. We made up all we lost, but we tried to inch out some more, and then it just went up on us, and it hit our get out point. So we're down even more. And that just happens. I mean, we should have got out here, but you want to hold it for more than one bar. You're looking for plays that are multiple bars, ideally. So I'll take that. It's just, had these not all have been wide states, maybe I would have had a larger play. Next we go for, let's ride out everything that happened in coin. Wide state. Remember, you can play this as a 200. Let's say elephant bar off of it. Clearing. Looks like that's how you would have played it on the 5. Let's go forward, and it would have kept going down. And that would have been the end of the day on that. Until it got to the very end. No, kept going down. So we could have just played that area. We avoided it. Looks flat this whole time. But we could have been doing color changes, like color change, color change. It just doesn't, you can't tell. But had you have got it on this one, it would have been ideal. And that would have had $1.40. Set to stop. And then could have done color changes on the 5-minute. Color change here. Next, we did Google. For Google, it was Fab 4. Close state, wait for something above. You would have avoided all of this. You could have gotten this right here, set the stop. Got out here. What we ended up doing is we saw we were looking at this and we said 1, 2, 3, 3-finger. It got about 50% of this bar, so we were like, hey, let's guess it's going to get more. So it got the whole bar, and then we sold again. Then we got out right about here. That was a profitable trade. Then it ran all the way back up on us and went past both of these markers. So we thought, hey, it's probably going to go back down again once it gets past here. So we sold again. It got us in late. And we had our stops right here. And it went against us, but then we just got out here because we didn't want to fight it anymore. And it was about an even trade. So we've profited it from the first one. This one was even. Profit, even. Next. As you can tell, it's flat, so you're avoiding it. It's 11 o'clock. We're on break. We're not touching it. We don't touch it, so we missed this. This would have been a good one. 11:30. Clearing. Elephant. Nothing to the left. Set to stop. grab all of that. That would have been a nice take, but we weren't there to collect. And then also, no, we're back at 14. So 12:30. 12:30. I mean, you could say, hey, 1, 2, 3, price, cuts it, sell, grab this. That would have been a nice one. We just weren't there. And then for the last two, I could see this being a sell, clearing, nothing to the left, elephant bar, off the 20. You got that move to about right here. And then you get another move off, clearing 200, and that moves about right down here. So that's how you could have gotten those two moves in an ideal world. That would have taken some insight or some vision. I couldn't even catch on seeing it like that. But keep in mind, off the 20, off the 20, off the 200. Next, we went and got in JPM. This was our best trade of the day. But it was also the stock with the most flow. Looking at it, why it had the most flow, narrow state, perfectly what we're looking for. Let's even move it back to see what it looked like. Narrow state. There you go. Sell into that. Let's even look at a 1 minute. So even better, you would have had the first bar would have been green. So then you could have sold as soon as it crossed it. Sell. So as soon as it crossed it, sell. Nothing but profit. Let's see what it looked like here. Oh, even on here, it's dropping. Perfect. So this is a dual. It's on the 5 and the 2 minute. 2 minute, 5 minute off of a flat 200. Flat 200. It's almost a 3, but dropped. And it came up. And remember, on our drops, we cut them in 50s and 25s. 50, 33, and 66. That's what we cut them at. And what we did, we won't be able to see it, I don't think, is as soon as we hit 50, we started to sell right here. And we used this tail bar as our indicator, which was a little too soon. I just knew it was going to fall. I had a feeling it was going to fall, primarily because it was so close to Haas or the 20 on the 15. All right. That's big moves are known to happen right there. So we knew it was going to fall at some point. Just had a feeling. And we put all our sells in and waited for it. We went over our limit on our maximum loss per trade, but it didn't hit, so we stayed in it. And then it just crashed. Boom, 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 boom. And we got out. And that was the, I think, biggest trade we've had so far. And we still had meat on the bone if you're looking. Hold on. I gotta charge this. We still had meat on the bone, so it could have been an even better trade, which is unreal. We left about 50% on it. So realistically, what you should have done is you should have waited until it was right here and done the off the 20 and set the stop right here and then just let it fall right there. And that would have been the exact same, knowing off the 20, off the 200 on the 15. And then you probably would have got this whale right here. If I could do it over again, that's what I would do. We did trade again in this stock. We tried to trade here for a sell. But it just wasn't moving as much. As you can tell, it's pretty flat. Well, it started moving close. We got to move off of it. We tried to sell here, sell here. We probably should have got out here, but then end of the day it got off on us. So next stock is going to be Apple. That's yesterday. So Apple, here's what we saw. We were looking at the 5 minute and it looked so open. So we were going to jump into it right here. Right? And we were just looking at the 5 minute and we saw Fab 4, Apple open. We were going to jump into it. And then we saw this flat 200 on the 2 minute. And that stopped us from jumping into it. Which, keep in mind, I think the higher the time frame, the more powerful it is. So I should have just leaned in on this one, and just taken the trade, and that would have avoided me from going for Exxon and Coin. So that would have been nice, but let's go through it. Fab 4 right here. Bam. Should have bought into it, set the stop. But really, it went all the way through it, so I can't expect too much power to go through it. So position of power. That's all I can expect from it. I don't think it does anything else, which makes sense. We tried to buy here. What's that? 14, 12. We're not looking at anything. We're away from the computer. We come back here. We're thinking move upwards. Doesn't happen. We get out. we consider that the entry move, although because it was off the 200, I think. I'm not 100% certain. That's what we were looking for, though. When these separate, position of power. Let's see if it shows anything. No. When these separate right here, this is no, I don't see anything. But that's what we're looking for when the 200 and the 20 separate. They create a position of power after they've been entangled for so long. Next, we did Visa. This is our last trade. Visa would have been a good first trade too, if you look at it. Maybe not from the 5 minute, but from the 2 minute. Fab 4, green bar, set the stop, get out, position of power. $11 done. We tried to do the 2 o'clock back, hit it, set the stop, but it collapsed on us right here. It would have been nice had we have gotten this. I got this way, but you know, it happens. Those are the stocks we did for the Thursday. We'll be back tomorrow, or Wednesday. We'll be back tomorrow. Thursday. Happy trading. I'll show you the number today. I'll show you it. 460. We're getting a little better. Have a nice one. Bye.